Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and I know it's been a little bit, but I'm trying to get the content back out a little more regularly now. But regardless of delays, we need to do a quick look at some changes to the game and what works well and what really doesn't. And to give an idea of what's going to be coming over the next couple videos, we're going to be addressing the changes to turrets and how that gameplay, along with capacitor implications, is going to start changing some ship choices that we've been recommending over time. And we'll also have a video soon on a great way to kill ERT hammerheads in a very easy manner. But first, I want to talk cannons, specifically talking about energy cannons. And it doesn't really matter if you're talking about the M series or the FL series, but the energy cannons are in an interesting place. If you were like me coming out of 3.13, you had made a killing doing NPC bounty hunting with just the laser repeaters alone. And now you're in a world where you need to kind of rethink things. In the days of old, you would obviously choose to run the laser repeaters, either the CF line or the attritions, because the DPS was higher, the range was good, and you had a lot more forgiveness with that higher rate of fire. Capacitors, and I should call out the current balance, change a lot of that though, because on a saber, if you run Panthers, you get about 23 rounds per gun. 23 on a laser repeater before you need to recharge. And while I don't think that's the intended balance and where things are going to stay, that's the current state. And that's what you need to make your equipment choices towards, because it is your effectiveness overall. If you run an M6A or an FL33, you get 20 shots per gun, which when you consider rate of fire means that you're firing on your target for longer, you're doing more damage, and you're able to recharge to a valuable, useful point faster. Now, when you look at some of the other weapons choices out there, you can say, like, the doctrine kind of suggests that ballistic should be king. That's always been kind of the idea. You have the balance of ammo in there. But when you look at the ammo count, the numbers are so low that you can't really kill targets. Maybe one. And it's really going to be like a like-for-like type of target. So an example here would be during Xenothreat. I equipped 5 Scorpions on my Super Hornet, and with 230 rounds or so per gun, I wasn't even able to take a Vanguard beyond half health. And that was hitting almost every single shot. And, in Xenothreat, the ships kind of start there, just spawned. So I think the guns that do the most damage are so significantly hamstrung by the lack of ammo count, which we knew would be the case to some degree, but to the degree it was done, they're basically unusable. So I think the ammo probably needs to get cranked up by about 4 times, or whatever the CIG overlords determine is the right amount of ammo to kill about 3 targets before you have to rearm them. Because if you can't even kill 2 targets, and you can't kill a target one size up from you, what's really the point of running the higher powered ballistic weapons? You can argue you should balance it with other energy weapons and only use them at key moments, but that's kind of a different conversational path. There isn't really balance yet, which I think they'll get to, but for now, things are in a weird place. So that kind of takes us back to the laser cannons. I fly the Saber a lot, and I've neglected the labor cannons in favor of pretty much anything and everything else. I use the Mantis, the Panthers, the Attritions, and in 3.14, the Pyro Burst, and any combination with those has been pretty mean. I heard from an org mate that the laser cannons were in a good spot, so I equipped them. Slower rate of fire, average shot velocity, really strong damage, and I was very much not disappointed. The Saber with 2 M5As and 2 FL33s, because that's what I just happened to have in my inventory, and it didn't really differ in pips or usability. The weapons are almost identical right now. And they just wrecked. The Gladius target that was supposed to be too maneuverable for this loadout, it killed it without a problem. The Valkyrie, which is a nasty target, regardless of ship, did a number on my shields, but it fell quickly. The supporting ships like the Freelancer Blacks and Misses, those fell quickly too. So I've yet to go up against something like a Hammerhead with these weapons, and while I think I personally would probably struggle at that level, I'm also hearing that it is feasible to do. So long story short, the amount of rounds, the damage that you can do, the capacitor changes impacting how long you can get your shots on target, and the subsequent recharge time makes it very worthwhile. I highly suggest that you give these a go, because from my experience, the effectiveness from LRT to VHRT is basically guaranteed, and feasibility up to an ERT is there. But if that's not your speed, the ERTs, I do have another video that's going to be coming up soon that's going to give you a good option there. So there you have it. a mean, effective, fun, and reliable weapons kit that is effective on ships like the Gladius, the Arrow, the Saber, the Hornet series that you can take into battle, that it has, at least by me, been pretty significantly overlooked. So if you guys have questions on this, please let me know. Otherwise, please stay tuned for the videos as they are going to be coming out more reliably. I appreciate you all watching and supporting the channel. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.